Welcome back to Una's. Oh, yeah, I have gone live now. That's great. So, welcome to Una's Sanity Corner, where you've got 10 minutes with me to spend time with me to help you set off your week, get your week set up to a great start. Especially important in these times. Oh, I've got emails coming in at the same time. Never mind. Never mind. I'm going to trust the process. And I hope it has got off to a good start. I've got beautiful twinkling snow outside my window, which is really, really lovely. And I'm going to go out in it later. To have snow and sun at the same time must be really a wonderful, precious gift. And I hope you've been able to enjoy snow where you are. Such a wonderful thing for the children to be able to have after all these years. It feels like we've had no snow for ages. So that's one blessing. So years ago, when my son was 4, our au pair came home from the kindergarten where she'd been helping out, the very same kindergarten where he was. And she said to me, it's a bit sad. Whenever he wants to play with someone, he always goes up and asks, and he says, may I play with you? And of course, that gives them the chance to say no, and sometimes they do, and then he wanders off. And that hurt me so much. I didn't want to know that. That I don't know if you're like me, but the last thing that I wanted was to think that my son was outside a group or rejected in any kind of way, and to learn that he had this kind of overly polite way of playing. Yeah, it hurt and it worried me, and it made me reflect. It made me reflect on one of my earliest parenting lessons, which had been when he was much younger than that, even when he was under 18 months or maybe around 18 months. And I actually went to see a parenting person, very lovely person that I learned a lot from. And because he was biting me, I mean, maybe there were a few other things, but the main thing was that he was occasionally biting me and it hurt. And I had handled it in a not a very good way with kind of consequences and things, and felt I was way off the path that I wanted to be on as a parent. So I went to see her, and her answer surprised me. She wasn't sort of telling me, do this, do that, and it'll all be sorted. She said, I can't tell you when this will stop, but it will stop. You just have to trust him. Trust him. Guide him gently, guide him kindly, tell him what you want, and trust him. And trust that it will stop. And I really took this to heart, not just applying it to this thing with the biting, which did eventually stop. I mean, not even eventually, it stopped actually quite quickly after that. I think because my energy around it really changed, from one of pressure and I have to sort this out and he has to stop, to one of it will stop, and guiding him, and kind of not being so attached to it stopping right then and there when I had decided, right? And it kind of went away quite quickly after that. And so I remembered that in this occasion when, my au pair told me this story, and I decided to trust him, to work this out, and to trust that that was his way of joining in the play or not joining in the play, and that he would find his way. And what did I want to say about that? Yeah, trust. What is actually trusting? Well, I mean, you know what trusting is. We'll know what trusting is. But I looked it up once, and the dictionary definition that I found that I really liked was believe in the ability of another. Believing in the ability of another. By the way, if you're enjoying this, do let me know that you're there, or give me a thumbs up. And believing in the ability, which is just so powerful. Can you imagine getting that message as a child? Oh, my mum believes, or my dad believes in me, believes in my ability. And when I say believing in ability, I mean like not believing in, unrealistically in their ability to do something that is beyond their current ability level, but believe in their ability to work things out, believe in their ability to overcome any difficulties or challenges. Like right at the moment, a lot of children are struggling, aren't they? A lot of children are struggling with no friends, nowhere to go. Parents, we parents stressed out with having to homeschool them and possibly run jobs and careers and businesses at the same time. I mean, who can do that? And children are struggling, and we can trust them to work, you know, to be resilient, to get through this, and to emerge the other side stronger. And I feel this is such an important message for children. And also just to share that my son now is, you know, I think everyone in his peer group would regard him as very confident, probably much more so than the average, and he has lots of friends. And so yeah, let's trust them. I mean, the alternative, what's the alternative to trusting? The alternative is we try to fix them. And sorry, got a bit of a frog in my throat there. With a kind of slightly, you know, anxious edge to it, we kind of wonder what's maybe wrong with them. So if that's something that's coming up for you, you know, what's wrong with them? You know, should they be behaving like this? I really recommend taking a little step back inwardly and just sinking into a deeper kind of trust in them and a deeper kind of trust in yourself as well as a parent. And you know, trust is one of my 6 wise and loving parenting powers. And so if you'd like to learn more about trust and how it applies to parenting, and also how it fits in with my overall system of the 6 wise parenting powers, you can go to unaalexander.co.uk, solve the struggle. And that solve the struggle is just one word, all run together, / solve the struggle. And you'll find there my guide, Solve the Struggle with Your Kids. And in it, it goes through all the 6 wise parenting powers and how you can apply them and how they can support you to have a more peaceful and loving family life. So lots of love to you, and see you next week. Bye.